Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Last tutorial I worked on a pro bangle and it was my first tutorial showing you how to do prismatic rectangle weave. And you know, I have this playlist called Beading Basics. I get a lot of messages from you guys that you still don't understand this and that, and I created that playlist trying to explain like really basics. So you know, it's a playlist of really short videos where I show you like how to add a thread. Well, mostly it's about that right now, and then I show you how to build crow blocks. And so it's basically really short explanatory videos where I don't do any designs but just basics of beading. And I'm just trying to cover a lot of the small videos like that where I can show you like really small hacks, how to do things, how to add thread, how to do this, how to make things faster. And this video I think is going to be one of those videos where I try to show you how to make beading faster. If you've been doing pro, you know it is such a slow stitch. I mean, to build that small place, there are so many steps you have to take. There's so many times you have to pull your thread, and with time it can get really annoying. Like I get bored a lot when I work on a very repetitious stitches, and I have to switch between, you know, projects to project, jumping in between, because I really get bored. And I found ways where I can make things a little bit faster, so I wanted to show you how to do it, how I do in pro. You might have your own way, and I would be happy if you can share them with me in the comments section, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Now in pro you cannot skip steps, unfortunately, but what you can do is combine some steps together. Now I will do one in a normal way where you don't, you know, skip anything and just do in a very slow motion, and in the second version I'll show you how I jump several steps together, and you will see how much faster it is. So let's say I finished the previous pro. Well, let me just make sure it's nice and tight, so I'm gonna go put a couple more beads on top. So what we do in pro, we pick up first 3 beads and go through the same bead your thread's coming out of. That's step number 1. Then you go through the second bead of the floor. That's step number 2. Then you pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the first wall and go through the same bead your thread's coming out of. That's step number 3. Then, even though here I already combined 2 steps together where I go through the side and straight through the floor, that's already 2 combined, but I'm not gonna be greedy on my steps here, so I'm just gonna do like a slow motion where how I usually show you. And then we go through the third bead of the floor, which is step number 4. Then pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and go straight through the same bead your thread's coming out of. That's step number 5. Then you go through the 5th bead of the floor, step number 6, pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. That's step number 7. And then you go through the 5th bead of the floor, that's step number 8. Then you pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. That's step number 9. Then you go through the last bead of the floor. That's step number 10. Then you go up the side of the first wall. That's step number 11. Then you pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. That's step number 12. Then you go up. That's step number 13. And then you go through all those beads at the top. That's step number 14. 15 and 16. So that's 16 steps to finish one pro unit. Now let me go check the video if I did it right. Even though I tried to make it longer, I still went through some beads at the same time. So even though it was 16 steps, it's much more than that. It's usually it's around, I think, 22 steps to finish one pro set with 6 beads. But even at the top, you know, I took 3 beads at the time, then 2. So that's that's already, I'm skipping steps, because, you know, every time you go through 1 bead, you pull your thread. 1 bead, pull your thread. That's such a waste of time. So, you know, in some places I go straight away through 2 beads at the time, and at the top through 3 beads. Now that's my slow way. Now I'm gonna show you how I do it faster, and you will see the difference. So I'm just gonna go through a couple more beads. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Now here I'm gonna pick up 3 beads. I'm gonna go through the same bead my thread's coming out of, plus I'm gonna go through the next bead. So that's step number 1. I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, go through the same bead your thread's coming out of, and go through the next bead straight away. That's step number 2. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead your thread's coming out of, the floor bead, and then through the next one. That's step number 3. Then you pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead your thread's coming out of, and through the next bead. That's step number 4. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead your thread's coming out of, through the next bead of the floor, and straight up the side of the first wall. That's step number 5. Then you pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall, through the floor bead, and up. That's step number 6. Then you connect the ceiling. That's 7, 8, 9. So instead of doing 16 steps, we did 9. And when you've been doing pro alongside, when you do pro, it's usually a bangle, bracelet, sometimes necklace. So the longer it is, the longer it takes time. So imagine in every single pro set you skip 7 steps. That saves a lot of time. So I'm gonna show you one more time, explaining every step of the way how I do it. So I'm gonna pick up 3 beads, go through the same bead my thread's coming out of, and straight through the next floor bead. Pull the thread. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the first wall, through the same bead my thread's coming out of, and through the next bead. And pull the thread. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead my thread's coming out of, and through the next floor bead. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead my thread's coming out of, and through the next floor bead. Pull the thread. Pick up 2 beads, go down the side of the last wall, straight through the floor bead that my thread's coming out of, through the next floor bead, and this is the last floor bead. That's why we're gonna go straight up the side of the first wall and pull the thread. Pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall, through the same bead my thread's coming out, through the last floor bead, and up the side, and pull the thread. And all you have left is connect the ceiling. And that is my fast way. I don't know how to make it even faster than that, but if you know, let me know. I'll be very happy to know if I can make it any faster than that. So I hope you guys understood it. I know for some of you it's still a bit early to watch this video. If you haven't done pro before, watch my bangle video where I show you the basics, the base of it, and just keep on watching that, keep on practicing. If you finish, let's say, 1 whole necklace of pro, by the end of it, you'll know it. You'll know everything about pro, because 1 necklace will take you about 1-2 days to finish it, and you will learn a lot of things, and you'll be just doing it automatically by the end of it. And then you can come and watch this video. Here you'll learn how to combine some steps together and how to save yourself some time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.